if you're someone who's out there breaking cycles for your family, for your life, sometimes the answer to break the cycle is something that doesn't make any sense. What do I mean by that? If you're in a cycle, you're in a situation where something keeps happening to you, it's the same situation over and over and over again with different people. And I'm going to use this as an example because this is a cycle that I was recently stuck in, that is no longer around. People would do me wrong over and over and over again, and I would sit in the seat of understanding and love. From my perspective, on a normal general level, to be able to be the breaker of the cycle, you need to sit in the understanding and in the love. This is what I mean. It doesn't really make any sense sometimes. Because at some point, I had to look at myself. At some point, I had to get real honest with me about who I was. I keep letting these people do these things to me. I keep allowing these people to hurt me, to bring pain into my life, to shame me for decisions I made. Not only that, the way that cycle for me was set up, when I would try to love them, they would hurt me more. Make it make sense. So I eventually had to, sit down and have a conversation with myself. Okay, well, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I'm not allowed as a lover to love these people who keep hurting me. Because as a lover, I draw power on love. Love you, love. That means when I love these people, I'm offering them my power. And I can't no more of that. So where you would normally think, that loving people would be the answer to get out of a cycle. In that situation for myself, being the crazy lady, that's how I got out of that cycle. I love a good crazy lady who's a lover. That's just what it is. Sometimes it's the path of that you would least expect that's gonna lead you to the place where you're able to get out of the cycles that you are stuck in. Sometimes the answer isn't gonna make sense to other people. And because it's the cycle that you're in, you are the only one who can bring the answer of how to get out of it. You could get readings done, sure. You could take advice from other people, receive advice from other people, sure. But really, in the end, it's the cycle that you are in. It's the cycle that God gave to you, that Spirit gave to you, that you inherited from the ancestors possibly. It's the cycle that chose you. Maybe you chose the cycle too. Sometimes, it is what it is. So sometimes the way to get out of that cycle is something that we might not even expect of ourselves. And sometimes finding that answer, it takes some time, because if you knew the answer, you wouldn't be in the cycle still, would you? Probably not. Probably not. For anybody who's going through continuations of crossings that are just not what they would like them to be, look at yourself from a different perspective if you need to. Because I know I've had to do that many a times, not just once. I've had to do that many a times. And basically I'll say this about this too. Basically every single time that Spirit has asked me to sit in one of those cycles and break it, and or I've asked for something and I have to break a cycle to be able to receive what it is that I'm asking for, both are true, for me at least. Sometimes Spirit, the highest Spirit, love you, will place me in those cycles and allow me to see what's going on, and then kind of force me to realize that I have to be the person who is the trailblazer. I'm gonna be the one who looks like a crazy person because they're doing something different. Or one of the things in my experience is I have to be the one who's doing the thing that is unacceptable. A lot of the cycles that I've been in, I have to do the thing that's unacceptable. Unacceptable to who? The people who are still stuck in cycles? Sure. But it is the unacceptable thing, which puts me at a little bit more risk, puts me in a little bit more danger. So it's like a little bit more higher risk, higher reward, if you want to look at that from a spiritual perspective. Sure. So Spirit placing me in those positions where I have to do the unacceptable thing to then release myself from the cycle. Release me! Yeah, okay. To release myself from the cycle. That also means that every single time that I go through a moment of releasing that cycle, I've got to be able to stand on it. Because if it's the unacceptable thing, that means other people could try to come up against me in the middle of me breaking that cycle. They could try to fight me in the middle of me breaking that cycle. They could bring resistance or opposition in the middle of me breaking that cycle. So I've really got to be sure in myself that, this is really what I want to do. Got to be able to stand on it. Stand in it. Anyways, I have been thinking a lot about cycle breaking, curse breaking, curses, ancestral inheritance, bindings of different magic works. I've been thinking a lot about those different topics recently, which if you watch the previous video I just made about Pisces and how it's like a binding spirit, then there's that to it as well as we walk into Pisces season. And Spirit's just got me in this energy of like, when we get out of one binding, we're hopping over into another. So if you've been doing the work to break a lot of cycles, where are you gonna end up? What you ask for? Because if you've been breaking cycles and you haven't seen the fruition of what you've been asking for with the cycle breaking, maybe it's about to come through your door. Maybe it's about to be right there for you. Maybe Spirit's gonna take care of you, you know? Love you, Spirit. So just some reflections on cycle breaking that I've been rooting through understanding recently. That's true. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up your brew. I will too. And I'll talk to you soon. And good luck breaking your cycles if you're in the middle of that currently.